slowly but surely, just on the outskirts of that ice storm coming down, Brother Register, as it was just chasing us out of there pretty much. And I thank God because He's an on-time God. And I thank Him that God has showed me a lot, that in the midst of your trials, stir yourself, and He'll give you the strength that you need. Instead of moaning and groaning, complaining around and trying to get your feelings on your shoulders, just trust in God, and God will see you through. Thank God, Brother David, that God, He's an on-time God. It doesn't matter what you go through. It doesn't matter what kind of circumstances you're in. He's a God that'll show up in the worstest of times. He's a God that, well, whenever it seems like all hell's turned loose on you, He's a God that'll show up at any given time and say, here am I. I'm God. I'm the one that created you. I'm the God that's going to see you through. And you know, a lot of times if we don't watch it, we'll think that we can just go on our way and just think we just do any old thing and think that everything's going to be all right. But you know what? In the midst of your trials, God's making you. And wherever there's a weakness at, and wherever there's any kind of flaw in your life, it's going to show. It's going to surface itself.
That's right.
And you know, you think you're invincible, and you think you're so full of God, and that there ain't no flaws in your life. It's whenever in the midst of your storms, God points out your flaws in your life. But you know what? At God's appointed time, God will show Himself real. And you know, it's more times than any other time, just this past year, that God has showed Himself more real and more faithful to me than any other time. And you know, it seems like it's like old Philip, you know, as the eunuch was beside the little place of water, and began to read the book of Isaiah, and Philip began to walk upon the eunuch. And he began to read, and as Philip began to walk upon that eunuch right there, and he was reading the book of Isaiah,